they get their kill percent for like Ghost Sauce, like they just kind of explode characters. So really that's just become the favorable thing. It's like, you know, you can be consistent. However, if I get you with the one hit, you're dead.
Yeah, right. And Lucina really is one of those characters where, like, you can get really solid strings of advantage, but you're not getting any of those super long, true combos that you can see out of a lot of other characters. But right away, yeah, in this matchup, this is going to be one where Lucina's going to have to try to open with a bit more aggression than we can sometimes see out of this character.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. Terishu immediately, though, able to put out a great string. Yeah, and Sephiroth is a character that has some sneaky combo potential. We don't see it too often, but when Sephiroth can get a nice string of advantage, a few nair loops, a couple forward airs, landing up air, you can see some really interesting extensions out of this character.
Like you were mentioning before, like Lucina's probably going to have to get up close just because Sephiroth also wants to play at the same range that Lucina does with these tilts and the forward air, just kind of the pokes.
Yeah, just better.
Yeah, where the sweet spots happen. It's almost like Marth, but like Marth with gray hair.
Yeah, Marth with gray hair, for sure.
But I mean, yeah, he does have that range, so Lucina can't play from the range that she typically wants to. She's going to have to get in, which is actually good, too, because she doesn't have the deficit that Marth does with tippers.
Yeah.
Like, she can play close and still get the same amount of damage that she normally would.
Yeah, usually Lucina wants to wall you out, kind of keep you at a distance, but in this game, Lucina's kind of the one that has to play the more brawler game plan, where you're fading in and out of your opponent's effective range, because she just doesn't have the hitboxes to kind of control the effective space like Sephiroth does. And right now we see Terishu extending this advantage pretty effectively, just kind of tacking on damage and trading on a disadvantage, and eventually able to get an advantage state of his own. Oh, Lynx way off stage, able to counter the down B. Terishu takes a really solid lead here.
Yeah, that was very good, and the Dolphin Slash hitting the Scintilla, just spelling doom for Lynx right here. Got a 3-1 deficit here, trying to go for the down air spike to end this game and not coming out.
Good ledge pressure here, but yeah, the patience from Terishu just dropping ledge and immediately up being yet again, as Lynx really needs to, at this point, be able to just find some kind of adaptation and think about what we're doing going into this next game. The tech chase is a good idea, but you're not able to find a kill. This is where Lucina can struggle, eventually finding the forward air to take the stock.
Yeah, forward air
150% is brutal.
Yeah, 160. I don't expect forward air to typically kill there.
Yeah,
so,
right?
That's not really great for Lynx, but a kill's a kill at this point.
Yeah, right. At this point, you just kind of get it for the mental. You want to be able to move on. You want to be able to kind of have something to look forward to going into this next game. And at this point, you have more time to adapt and think about what you want to do going into the next one.
I definitely think that going forward in this set, Lynx is probably going to have to play a little bit more grounded, which is not to the advantage of Lucina just because she typically wants to do those aerials. But okay, wow, that was a hitbox.
Yeah, and that was brutal because as Lynx, you got to jump there else your shield gets broken. So
yeah, exactly. But it's like you want to be jumping, but then Sephiroth is able to cover that like aerial space just as well. So it's like you have to play on the ground, but you're not as advantageous on the ground, and you don't have as much mobility like Lucina's using her air mobility. So
yeah, and Sephiroth can sometimes struggle from having very narrow hitboxes. I am hesitant to not say the word small. I'm careful to not say that Sephiroth has small hitboxes, because he doesn't. But they're very narrow, and Lucina can't really get under them or above them in a way that a lot of characters can. A lot of characters like Captain Falcon, for example, who can sometimes crouch below them. I do like this character switch from Lynx, because Sephiroth really does what Lucina does, just bigger, and covers that space a lot better. And without some very creative neutral, it can be really tough to make something happen against Sephiroth. Where Captain Falcon, Sephiroth's going to have a lot harder time keeping him out, keeping him at a distance.
You want to talk about explosive characters. Like, Captain Falcon is a really explosive character.
Yeah.
Especially against Sephiroth. I mean, these knees will probably be killing very early, especially at the sides of town and city. These smaller side blast zones are going to be a huge advantage for Lynx going forward in the set, and allows him to play, like, you know, that aerial game a little bit better with how fast Captain Falcon moves, but also having a decent ground game that kind of can overwhelm Sephiroth. Like, you're not really fighting another zoner. It's, you know, you're fighting a freight train at 5 feet from your face.
Yeah, you sure are, but that's some great edge guarding here from Terishu. And that's really that's become the bread and butter of his game plan so far, is getting you off stage and just taking away your resources one by one, using those Sephiroth hitboxes to slowly work away at your stock. And that's a nice little combo there from Terishu to again extend this advantage.
And then with Sephiroth also, when he gets One Wing Angel eventually too, like he has the ability to go out further on stage to kind of snuff out Captain Falcon's recoveries. So Lynx is going to have to watch out for that once One Wing Angel comes out. He's probably going to, right now, going to actually come out if Terishu is able to bring this out and be able to take advantage of this buff.
Yeah, now terishu kind of more so able to match the movement of Captain Falcon, which could be scary for Lynx, as the landing up air immediately takes away any advantage Lynx once had, and the precisely placed up tilt is going to give terishu a fat lead here.
Yeah, that call out with the up tilt is crazy, and not going for the up air instead to cover more space. He's like, I knew where you were going to be, and just hit you with the poke up tilt. I mean, terishu's not even phased by the character switch of Captain Falcon.
Yeah, I got GPS tracker on your location. I know exactly where you want to be. But Lynx there, catching terishu, kind of getting a little too crafty off stage. I'm just going to run up and down tilt through all your shenanigans.
Yeah, find and kill around like 150. Definitely Lynx could make back some percent with an early kill, but it's going to be risky getting in, especially being at 9% near kill percent against this character.
I think we've yet to see just a clean neutral win from Lynx. We're seeing like a few nice sequences and hits back and forth, but we haven't seen really anything more than a two-piece or a nice sequence of advantage. And that's just because terishu is playing such a consistent disadvantage. We're getting out in such a solid mix-up of ways and making it really tough for Lynx to deal with. And the up B just covers so much space. Terishu is getting so creative with this character.
That was just insane coverage, and then they were able to react with the up B and just point it straight up instead of pointing to the side. I really like how terishu is using the space and Ox Slash to just cover so much space and these options from Lynx, because he tried to go high because he knew that probably going to the ledge was going to, be a forward air or back air, and like that's it. So being able to like call that out is huge. We're seeing the Lucina again. Interesting.
Yeah, Lucina coming back out right away. We're going back to it. I do think I like that pick. The Captain Falcon wasn't able to get those advantage sequences that you would really need to get to be winning against Sephiroth as Captain Falcon. So Lynx just kind of going back to what's comfortable, trying to get it done with Lucina.
I do think the Lucina is able to play it slower, and like if you're like, I can't get these neutral wins and get these big combos, what's the point of going for Captain Falcon again when I can just go for Lucina and just kind of get a bit more consistency?
Hey, we're seeing the consistency right now as Lynx off to a very solid state of advantage. This is the best we've seen from him all game. Trying to get back to ledge. He was going for a pretty aggressive down air right there. That could have given him a lead, but it doesn't quite work out, and terishu's been able to reverse it and put Lynx up against the wall here. We're able to reset neutral, but an upward angle F-tilt covers just the right area.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that Ox Slash covers so much space and just is kind of that safe way to get back to stage that Lucina can't really contest it through because her sword isn't large enough to not have like a trade happen like that.
Right.
Okay, there's that down air, getting advantage state here for terishu. We'll see if they find a kill, get swatted back by that forward tilt.
Nice. I like the recovery there from Lynx, doing a little one hit of Dancing Blade to make it back with the mixed up timing, but terishu just misfires on the down air and gives Lynx his first lead of the set.
And he missed Aerith right there, but he's trying to find it again as terishu playing from the back, but now Lynx having the lead for pretty much the first time in this set. Definitely wants to take advantage of this stock lead as much as they can, but it's not going to happen. The F-tilt will swat out, and it's only 13% extra credit going to 2 stocks apiece. Already caught back up.
Yeah, terishu's had a very consistent ability to put out the F-tilt and the up-tilt to cover movement in disadvantage. And Lynx has lost a lot of early stocks to that. But now Lynx with a solid lead still is able to extend on it quite a bit. The back throw off stage could be brutal now. Terishu's edge guarding has been so consistent, but Lynx is going to get back on the stage and find a bit more consistency out of disadvantage. Get the landings on deck. The back air to send off stage. Lynx is looking solid now, Gamma.
Yeah, I mean, Lynx has just slowed down this game so much. If you're comparing it from Game 1 to Game 3 with these Lucinas, look at how Lynx is playing. He's playing like that far spacing, not really, going in when he doesn't need to. And when he gets those hits, he's making them count with the back air to just immediately get the advantage on stage.
Yeah.
Wow, ooh, super armor coming through. But I mean, that's helped out Lynx get so much percent lead. I mean, that's why there's like a 50% deficit. And yeah, actually just a full stock lead. Lynx has really turned this game around compared to Game 1.
What he does when he gets the hit has been the key factor for me. The air dodge off stage is going to allow terishu to cover that up. But Lynx's advantage is looking cleaner and cleaner as this game goes on. A little bit more consistent options. And, as I say, running off stage with the counter. But still has been quite solid after getting each hit. But terishu has just been even more solid, more damage, more explosiveness, And Lynx in a really rough spot. The counter's going to come out. A great tech. The up B is a little late. They're going to clank. And Lynx somehow winds up on top of it with stage pressure. Forced to regrab now is terishu, but Lynx can't punish.
Yeah, you can't really punish against Sephiroth just in case of the Ox Slash coming out. Here comes the big hit from the neutral B. Not quite killing, but there's this other one. Oh, the shield. Oh, gets chased off the top. Terishu covering so much space with the Giga Flame. Heads that up air, just closing out the set in a 3-0 fashion, not letting Lynx get any momentum.
Yeah, Terishu's coverage and advantage in not just that last sequence, but in general throughout that set was phenomenal. We saw so many sequences where Lynx wound up off stage and lost a jump and was forced to air dodge or had to up B, and Lynx was getting so creative with how they were Terishu rather was getting so creative with how they were covering it. It was the occasional forward air to catch a dump, a back air came through, the up Bs even got some work done. You don't see that too often in Sephiroth. That's usually a Twitter clip thing, but
yeah.
we were seeing some very practical use of up B out of advantage from Terishu.
It's a big hitbox, and like, sure, the end